Right, I think we're live. Yes, we are live. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm here with Rick.
Hello.
And we're going to be playing Tellstones. So Robin's here in the chat, Chris is here, Andrew's here, Mark's here. Thank you very much for joining us. So Tellstones, new game. I don't think it's out yet, is it?
I have no idea.
No, I don't think it is. But I was on a list and I was sent a copy by Riot Games some time ago. I don't know if I'm allowed to say when, but there's been an NDA in place and we've not been allowed to talk about it until this week. Victor's here as well. Thank you very much for joining in, Victor. As you can see, it's still in the shrink wrap.
It's a big box.
Yes, it's a big box. I've got very small hands. Considering that Riot Games, their first board game they did was Mechs versus Minions, everybody was expecting their second game to be another massive box, and it's not. It is a really small box. Do you want to do the honours?
I can try.
Let me know in the chat if everything is working okay and you can hear me okay. Because I've had audio issues over the last couple of months and just want to make sure everything's working. Andrew says Zargon. Yes. Yeah, Rick is Zargon.
Yep. I haven't got my robe on tonight though.
No. And this is the first of 3, possibly 4 live playthroughs that I'm going to be doing. 3 live playthroughs. I might do a live unboxing as well because Bonfire arrived earlier on today.
Right, if I can get into this.
Rick can't get into the box. Thank you very much for watching. Hello, we're here.
We're in.
We are in. And neither of us know how to play. So this is going to be a learn how to play the game from the rulebook video.
So is this linked to League of Legends?
It
League
is.
of Legends written on the back.
It is. So League of Legends is the computer game. And Mechs versus Minions, I don't know if there's a connection. But Tellstones, although I don't really know that much about this, what I do know is when I Google Tellstones, it's part of the League of Legends game.
Oh, okay.
So Tellstones is something
So is it a game in it? Is it a bit like The Witcher and Gwent?
Could be. I don't know.
Is it a game they play in it?
Renee's here, Brett's here, Scott's here.
Oh.
Right. It's a very nice box. Let's just zoom in a bit and show you this box. I'll have to move it over here. So yeah, the box is a metal tin, engraved around the edges. Really nice production. And an odd smell. But here we go. Right.
Smells like victory.
I'm trying to read it. It's got it's got fancy handwriting. Dearest Cynthia, I think. Cynthia? Githia? Griffith? I don't know.
How do they know my weekend name? I tell you.
I am sorry. I seemed upset when you left. The truth is, these are uncertain times. Knowing that I can't protect you anymore leaves me numb. But know that I am so very proud of you.
Do you want me to give it a go?
Hand strong on the battlefield?
What?
Hand strong?
Headstrong?
Headstrong on the battlefield? Maybe.
Sounds like it.
It says hand. I think it's hand. Don't lose the kindness that's in your heart. I am sending you a set of Tellstones. Remember how often we played this when you were young. I hope it brings... Oh, I thought it was things. I hope it brings you and your comrades some joy and laughter in the days ahead. When you play this, think of home. I love you. Come back to us safely. Pa. Right. Okay. So there we go.
Okay.
It's a game within the world, says Scott. Right. Okay. So we have a nice little gem there. We have a rule book. We have... Hang on. I'm getting pinged. I'm just going to close down
Take it, there you go.
my other windows. There you go. So presume... Is that another ping? How many windows have I got open?
All of the windows.
All the windows, yes. David Turtz is sending me messages while I'm live streaming. It's disgusting. Right, we have some cards. We have this. We have some more of these. So there was one loose. Where have I put it?
I put it back.
Oh, you put it back. Right,
yeah.
Okay. Right, okay. So let's zoom out a bit. Paul forgot his English. Doesn't bode well for the memory. Didn't forget my English. It was hard to read. It's in this sort of scripty font. Anyway. Right.
Okay, that's a card each, I guess.
Right,
yeah.
okay. Runeterra is a boundless world of magic and adventure. Here, powerful champions clash to decide the fate of entire nations and fight against ancient horrors that threaten the existence of all things. Tellstones is a game played by many of the peoples of Runeterra. Though it may vary slightly between cultures, nations or tribes, it is almost always described as a duel of minds, a bluffing game where both players start with the same information. It will challenge not only your memory and focus, but also your ability to outwit and misdirect your opponent. So for those people who don't know me, my short-term memory is actually shot to pieces. So yeah, this will be fun. Right, preparing to play. Tellstones King's Gambit is played with a set of 7 stones. Which are these? Which are very, very thick, very, very chunky. Yes. Each inscribed with a unique symbol. The first player to score 3 points wins the game. To start, lay out the playmat horizontally between the 2 players. Right, we've done that. Let's pop it here. Zoom in a bit.
Reach, okay.
There you go. Right. Between the 2 players during the game, this will be known as the line. Place all 7 stones face up beside the playmat so that players can see the symbols clearly. This is known as the pool. Let's pop them here. Oh. Right, so this is the pool and this is the line. Okay. Each player then takes a scoring token. I guess that's this. There's no image to say this is a scoring token, but it's the only thing left in the box, and places it beside the playmat. Done. Let's move that out of the way.
We do these as 1, 2, 3.
Oh, is that what it is? Well, it says place it beside.
Well, once you get a point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. Randomly select 1 stone from the pool and place it face up in the middle of the line. Okay.
Flag.
Now determine who will take the first turn. Doesn't say how. It just says now determine who will take the first turn. Me, right. On each player's turn, they take one of 6 actions to either manipulate the line or try to score points. When you have finished your chosen action, it is your opponent's turn to act. Are these the 6 possible actions?
There are 6 of them.
Okay, right. More flavour. I'll skip the flavour. Right, actions. Place. Point to a stone in the pool and tell your opponent where to place it on the line. The new stone must be placed face up, to the left or to the right of stones already in play.
Okay.
Okay, so I point to a stone in the pool and tell you where to place it on the line.
Right.
Why I don't just place it on the line, I don't know. But it says important. When you take a place, hide or swap action, remember that you choose which stones are affected, but your opponent always carries out the action for you.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So you can't cheat.
Well, how's that?
Well, if you're putting them face down.
Let me put it face up. Okay. It might become clear later. Right, hide. Point to a face-up stone on the line and tell your opponent to flip it face down. The stone does not change positions. So that's another action. Okay. Third action, swap. Point to any 2 stones on the line, either face up, face down, or one of each, and tell your opponent to swap their positions. Stones remain face up or face down even after they swap positions. Right.
Okay.
So for all of those 3, the active player chooses,
Tell.
but it's the other player, tell. Right. Action 4, peek. Without showing your opponent, look at the symbol on any face down stone on the line, then return it to the same position. However, if your opponent scored a point on their last turn, or your last turn, you may instead peek at up to 3 face down stones in any order you like.
Yeah. 3
Okay.
opponents got a point. Yep.
In order to score points, you may either challenge or boast. When a player scores their first point, they place their scoring token on their side of the playmat to track their total. Right. Challenge. Point to a face down stone on the line and tell your opponent, I challenge you to name this stone.
Right.
Your opponent must then try to do so. Once they give their answer, they flip that stone face up. If they guess correctly, they score 1 point. Otherwise, you score 1 point.
Okay.
Either way, the stone remains face up until it is flipped again during a subsequent hide action.
Right.
Remember, when taking a peek action, if your opponent scored a point on their last turn, or your last turn, you may look at up to 3. Yeah, okay. First player to score 3 points wins. Boast. If you believe you can name all of the face down stones on the line, you tell your opponent, I know all the hidden symbols. Your opponent then has 3 options. They say, I believe you, have a point. You score a point. Or they say, I don't believe you, prove it, which means you must name and then flip over every face down stone in any order you like. Or 3, they say, I don't care, I know them too. Your opponent has stolen your boast. You must now choose between options 1 and 2 instead of them.
Oh.
If a player correctly names all face down stones on the line during a boast, they win the game immediately.
I mean, the game immediately.
regardless of how many points have been scored. But if they fail to correctly name even a single one, they lose the game immediately.
Wow.
Right,
Okay.
there are some unwritten rules, which I don't know whether we should read them. Because it appears to
They're
be
unwritten.
just... Yeah, don't lie. And then the playing pieces, and right, okay, we're good to go.
Gosh.
Thank you very much for everybody for watching in.
Flag, shield,
This is going to be an
crown.
absolute
Oh,
and
sword,
utter
hammer.
disaster for me.
Scales? Scales.
Scales.
So, okay. You'll tell me where to place one and then hide them to turn them over. So when can you challenge? When is there a certain amount that needs to be face down before you can...
Point to a face down stone and tell your opponent, I challenge you to name this stone.
Okay,
Your
so you
opponent
wouldn't do
must
it
then
straight
try to
away
do so.
because
No, because they'd know what it is.
you'd have to move them around a bit first.
Well, you
So
could
again,
do it
it's
straight away.
memory.
As soon as you flip one face down, you can challenge me.
And you'd be like, I don't know. What was it again?
And the symbols are all down here, which is good. So
Yeah.
you don't have to remember what the symbols are. Right, okay. I'd like you to place that sword
Yeah.
on this. I don't know why you have to do it. If anybody knows in the chat, Oliver's here. Hi, Oliver. Thank you very much. If anybody knows why the other player has to do that and not me, that seems odd.
I'd like to take it. I don't know. Brings a bit more.
I have no idea why the first three actions are you tell your opponent and then they do it.
I take we just take it in turns to
Yeah.
do these. Okay. Whack the shield on that side, please.
Okay. What was hide again?
Hide.
Flip one over. Is it just?
Yeah, flip one over. Tell someone to flip one over.
So can you flip over the sword?
I can. There you go.
Maybe it encourages everybody to feel more involved.
Yeah.
Making the other player aids in memorising. Okay, thank you.
Right. It's a psychological thing.
What was that again?
Because
Oh yeah, yeah, I know.
you look, it's the only one that's missing. Okay, can you place the crown on this side?
Yeah, I can. Right, can you flip over that shield there?
I can. Can you flip over the flag?
I can.
Oh, where were they? Where were they? What order were they in?
Well, I'm assuming you remember, so I'm not going to challenge you. Can you place the knight on that
Horsey.
end there?
Horsey.
Yeah, horsey on the end. Indra says, because you can say the wrong symbol but point to a different stone
Oh,
and
really?
make the other player more confused because they have to put... Oh, right, okay. Russ is here. The game is visually pleasing and well presented, but nothing about the gameplay appears very exciting. It's a memory... Yes. Yeah, absolutely right, Russ, so far. I mean, I had no idea what to expect other than the size of the box. And
Okay.
somebody mentioned it had a memory element.
Can you swap those two round, please?
I'm just trying to remember in my head what they were first. Okay, can you put that on the end? The hammer. So yeah, Indra is basically saying, and this might be in the unwritten rules, with good humour and bravado, you might fool your opponent by loudly praising the wise tactical decisions made, or call out the names of random symbols, or start a conversation about the weather.
That's like you do when you're playing Codenames.
Yeah. Okay. Memory with bling, yes. Right. You'll go?
Yeah. Can... Oh, boaster sounds scary, doesn't it? So challenge. The rules for challenge again. Just
You pick a face down stone and you challenge me to name it. And if I
Yep.
guess it correctly, I get a point. If I get it wrong, you get a point.
Okay. Let's can you hide the crown?
I can. Okay, so the swap rules, it says point to any 2 stones on the line and tell your opponent to swap their positions. The image shows adjacent ones being swapped.
Okay, but it doesn't have to be.
But I don't think it doesn't say they have to be adjacent.
No, I didn't think it had to be adjacent.
So ideally it should have said, but can you swap those 2?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you name that one then? Challenge.
I think this is the shield.
It is the shield. Well done.
And that's not memory. I did not remember that was the shield.
You just process elimination.
No. I have a method, which is the only method I can choose to use in this game. Right. So can you turn that one face down?
Mm-hmm.
Is it left face up, says Ori? Yes, it does. And Indra says it doesn't have to be adjacent. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Russ says, what would happen if you asked somebody to flip the hammer but pointed at the knight? I believe you flip the hammer. Oh no, if you pointed to the knight,
Is that what you say or what you point at?
I think it's what you point at.
Oh, that's just confusing.
I think it's what you point at. I mean, it does say, hide, point to a face-up stone and tell your opponent to flip it face down, but you can say whatever you want. Point to a stone in the pool and tell your opponent where to place it on the line. So that's the mind play.
Chicken, yeah, because you can say whatever you like.
Yeah.
Well, that would be hard. You can end up confusing yourself. I know.
Well,
I would.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll go.
And you swap those 2.
In a minute. In a minute.
The thing is, we've been talking too much as well.
Yep, I can switch those 2.
Yeah.
You mean the chicken and the donkey?
Well, what came first? Oh, you said you were gonna. Yeah. You were thinking, oh, don't worry,
So-
you'll easily lose against this. In fact, well, I'm not sure.
So I'm going to challenge you to name this one.
Right, let me think about this. This one.
This one.
This one, sorry. That one.
Lovely weather we're having today, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
Oh, did you hear the gossip in the royal court last week? Oh.
I think it's the sword.
It is the sword. You get a point.
Phew.
You'll go.
So it's interesting. Now I can peek.
Oh, I
for
forgot
3.
about that.
Oh no, that's if you scored a point. So I can peek at 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I've forgotten about the peak action. But the peak action is if you can't remember what's where.
Yeah.
And as the game goes on, you should gradually forget.
Yeah. Okay. If you can swap this one with this one. Let me just play it all in my mind first. Yeah.
So can you put the shield on the end of the line? That shield there. That one. Yeah, can you put that there?
That shield, okay.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just going to confuse myself by saying that.
Okay, can you flip over the horsey, please? It's going longer away from the beginning though, isn't it? Trying to remember what was wrong.
Yeah. Okay, can you flip over... sorry, can you swap
Yeah.
the horsey and the flag.
Okay, those two, eh?
Yeah.
Can you turn over the shield?
I can.
It's all getting a bit big now.
Can you switch these two?
Uh-huh. Can you switch this one and this one?
Okay, I'm going to peek.
You're going to peek for one?
I'm going to peek for one.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I was probably going to get you to challenge that one as well. Which is quite funny. Tell you what, I'll also peek.
Okay. So we both know what that one
I
is.
don't know what that one is.
Okay. And I'll get you to swap the shield with the horse.
Can you... There's a challenge on that one.
I've no counter to the challenge, have I?
No.
There's a black mark on the edge of it. I've just cleaned it off. So.
Oh, cheating now, are you? What's that side as well?
I didn't put it on there. So yeah, I basically just have to name it.
You do.
Okay. Well, it's not the sword.
Sure.
It's not the scales. Which one was it? Again? That one? I'm going to say it's the flag. So you get a point.
I get a point.
And now it's my go.
Yes.
So I'm going to peek.
You can pick at 3.
And I can pick at 3 things.
Yeah.
That's a good rule, that. We like that rule. No, hang on a minute. I know what that one is. Right. Okay.
Okay. The thing is, I can do peek as well.
You can do peek at 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I thought that's what it is. That's all right.
Can you swap those two over?
Uh-huh. Can you turn over the scales?
Okay.
I like how there's a bit of story going on in your head. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to boast.
Oh, you both.
I think I know everything.
Ben, when you did a 3 peaks challenge.
Yeah.
And you auto win.
I win the game if I get it right. So your options are printed on the back of the card.
They are.
Which do you want to do?
Interesting.
Or you could just say, I believe you, and I score a point.
You do.
That's clever. That's good.
Because you can just negate it in that way. Especially at this point when you've only got 1.
Yeah.
It'd be the time to do that. But I like the fun of I don't believe you, prove it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see.
Here we go then.
Delay until he forgets. That's sort of what I was doing.
Flag.
Yeah.
Shield.
Oh. What's left? Banana. Umbrella. Cheesecake.
Crown.
Oh!
Hammer.
Ah!
Scales. Yes.
Did well.
There you go.
A 3 peak helps that a lot, doesn't it?
I enjoyed that more than I thought I would. It is a fun game.
Yeah.
If you like
That
games like this, if you like this kind of games, quick, fun, memory element,
I get a bit panicky.
lots of bluffing, then this is great. Okay, now it's not my kind of game. So my memory's terrible. All I had to keep doing was, so when we started and we did that, I'm just saying crown, 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 crown in my head. Crown, crown, crown. Then that goes there. Crown, horse, crown, horse, crown, horse.
And do
Flip
the
them
order
around.
then.
Horse, crown, horse, crown. So at the end,
I mean, you could game it quite easy, just putting the first letter of each thing as well.
Yeah.
And going C, D, A, B.
but in my
whatever it is.
mind, I had shield, flag, something, hammer for the 4 face down ones, because I didn't know what the other one was, but I knew by saying something it was the one that was missing. So all I had in my head was shield, flag, something, hammer. Shield, flag,
You'd be able to
something,
pick
hammer.
at 3.
Asked you to move them 2 round, so I changed it to flag, shield, something, hammer. Flag, shield, something, hammer. You told me to flip down the scales. Flag, shield, something, hammer, scales. And I just kept repeating that over and over and over again in my head.
Yeah.
So it's not really a memory thing, because if it was memory, there's no way I
Yeah,
would
that's what
remember.
I was trying to do memory.
But I would literally just keep saying the same
trying
thing
to do
over and
things-
over in my head. It's a beautiful pub game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
The more drinks you have, the more crazy it'll be. I just
Yeah,
imagine.
and this is the kind of game that, you know, at a convention, I could easily say, right, I'm going to have a Tellstones tournament. And we just get a whole bunch of copies of Tellstones and we go, right, round 1,
Off you
15
go.
minutes and it's done. And within an hour, you can have a tournament. So as far as a game, yeah, this is not one that I would personally go out and play, because it isn't. It does rely on memory, but it was fun, and it worked. And it worked as a game because
It's got clever rules to it, isn't it?
yeah,
Actually,
the boasting rules are really clever.
the peaking 3 when
The
someone's got a
peaking
point,
3
yeah.
is actually really clever. So I think as a game, setting aside my personal opinions on memory games, it's well designed and it's good at that. Obviously, components wise, yeah, you've seen them. These are
They're nice. Aren't they?
these are big chunky components.
I don't know what the RRP of this is.
I do not know. Oliver says, yeah, it is a memory game. It doesn't matter how you memorize it. Okay, so my memory's awesome. There we go.
Yeah, like a mnemonic, like
Maps
people
are
were
so
saying,
clever.
if you would tell a story as well with them
Yeah,
and things like that.
Indra says it's fun if done drunk.
Yeah.
So
my
let's-
memory would go completely out the window.
Let's have a look. Tellstones board game to see if it is available anywhere. I don't think it is yet. I don't think it is available anywhere, so I don't know what the RRP is, and I don't know when it's going to be available. If anybody in the chat knows when it is going to be out and how much it's going to be, then let us know. Because obviously the NDA lifted this week, so we've all been able to talk about it. Brett says €31.50. Okay.
Which is going to be 25 quid.
Probably 25 quid, something like that. I mean, yeah, you're paying for.
It's quite a lot.
It's quite a lot. You are paying for
A nice box.
yeah, you're paying for a good quality game, and it's got a clip on it, and it's a good clip. I don't think that would
break.
pop open accidentally. or
I think if
break.
you maybe if you are a big fan of League of Legends as well, this is something known, which might be a fandom thing, so people might buy it for that.
It's already out. Okay, $30 US. $30 is a lot better than €31.50.
Yeah, still about
Okay.
25 quid though.
It's still about 25 quid. Pre-order on the Riot Games website. So Scott was saying earlier on that this is part of the League of Legends, the League of Legends game,
Yeah, it's on
which
the back here.
is so League of Legends King's Gambit.
A single boast could win or cost you the game.
So is this
It's a 10-minute game. Yeah,
something that happens in the game?
age 14 plus. Those 13-year-olds will not like this.
No, they've probably put that on.
In case they swallow these.
Well, yeah. Also, the lower the age limit that you put on a game, the
have to
more
pay
you have to
something.
pay for the various tests and things like that. So Tellstones King's Gambit is a tabletop game developed by Riot Games. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if it is part of the game or not. One more game is being asked for. Well, it is 2:30. Off we go then. Let's do another game.
Oh, flip.
Our audience has asked for it. Shall I just read those rules on stuff that's allowed?
Being silly.
Unwritten rules. So experienced Demacian players of Tellstones often enjoy a little extra sport during an opponent's manipulating actions. With good humour and bravado, they may fool their opponent loudly, praising the wise tactical decisions being made, or call out the names of random symbols, or even try to start a conversation about the weather or recent happenings in the royal court. Regardless of what your opponent might say, it is the stones that they point to or pick up that you should try to remember. King Santon I was renowned for his ability to speak at length on a variety of unrelated topics, whilst also committing the movements of the stones to memory. While it has not always been necessarily been the case, balance and fairness are well-respected ideals in Demacia. Therefore, when starting a game, the stone inscribed with the scales is traditionally placed first.
Yeah.
Since age often brings the gift of wisdom, I'm living proof that's not true. It is also customary to allow one's elder to choose whether to go first or second. There you go.
Well,
And we have a little bit of flavour in here, and then there's something at the back. Well, I went first last time.
Okay.
So you go first. You go first this time. You can put these here.
Yeah. Well, would you care to place the scales in the middle?
I will place the scales in the middle. There we go. Right. Okay. Can you flip the horse face down?
Can you get the scales out then, please?
I can put the scales here. Yeah.
Put them to the left.
Put them to the left. Okay. Could you flip the scales face down?
Okay. Can you get the flag and put it to the right?
Well, you got to point to it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, it could be my right, your right, a whole different one.
Can you flip the scales face down?
Yeah, I was say I can't see anything. My brain's not working.
Tellstones is not for sale officially in Japan. Ah, interesting.
Can you take the crown and put it to the left?
This one. Okay. Could you flip the scales face down?
Can you swap these two over?
What, you mean the scales?
One of them.
Okay. Can you add the scales to the end? Anybody tuning in now is going to think,
You guys are blind.
what's going on?
Can you add these crowns?
Yeah.
There's more than one
Okay.
to the end of it.
Yeah. Do that. Can you flip the scales face down?
Yeah. Can you swap these two?
Yeah. And can you swap these two?
Can you get the hammer and put it there?
Mm-hmm. Can you swap that one and that one?
Can you swap that one and that one?
Okay. Right. I challenge you to tell me what this one is.
Right. Let me try and retrace the steps.
I'm just going to go get a drink while you have a think.
Quick. Oh.
No.
Don't tell on me, audience. Oh no, he's already got a drink. This one.
I think so, yeah. I think that's the one I pointed to.
Right. Well, what have we got? What's in there?
Scales. Scales.
More scales.
More scales.
I think this one is the horse.
Da-da-da.
No, it's a flag
I'm gonna point.
all along.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's because you're actually paying attention to what's going on.
That was me challenging you.
The horse is my turn, so I can peek.
You can peek at 3.
Peek at 3. Totally doing that.
Okay. Can you flip the scales face down?
Yes. Can you swap these two?
Mm-hmm. Can you swap the scales with the horse?
Can you challenge on this one?
That one.
That one.
So that one is This one here.
That one.
This one's the crown. It's not the crown. You get a point.
It's not. It is totally the shield. So you'll go. I challenge you.
I'm going to peek.
Yeah, it's always best to peek.
They're all scales.
Scales. Whose idea was this? Okay. Can you turn the scales over, please?
Swap those two.
Can you swap this one and this one? What is it with the scales? Are you a Libra?
I challenge you to tell me what this one is.
Right. Now.
A Batman symbol.
Batman symbol, yeah. This one.
Yeah.
Horse.
It's not. It's the scales.
I've told you. You've told me loads of times it was a scale.
Yeah.
Oh.
You'll go.
See, your memory's not very good.
Peekity peek.
Yeah, totally.
So there's no point in me challenging now because you know what they all are. So can you flip over the scales, turn them face down?
Boast.
I believe you. So you get a point. Wait a minute. Have we potentially broken the game?
Why?
Well, you currently know what they all are. Whatever I do now, you will still know what they all are. You just boast again.
Yeah. I guess
So potentially broken the game. Possibly. Broken
As long as I remember which
way. Yeah,
one.
it's memory. So I'm going to ask you to swap over the scales.
Oh, what? Oh, no!
And the horse.
That's it now. It's gone at my brain.
Yeah. But if you'd have been doing what I was doing last time and saying them over and over again in your head, you knew what they were before, you should still know what they all are. Yeah. So I can't say, I believe you have a point. Oh, I could say, I don't care, I know them too.
Yeah.
At which point, I then get a go.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you know that I don't know. So I'm going to say, but if I say I don't believe you prove it, I think you're going to get them right. So I have to say, I don't care, I know them too. And now you have a choice, which you don't really have a choice. Because if you say, I believe you have a point, I'll win the game.
Yeah, so I don't believe you prove it.
Yeah, and now I prove it, and I haven't got a face to do it. So. Crown.
Yay.
So my 1 in 5 chance
it's a good,
was success.
good start.
Now I've got a 1 in 4 chance, because I've not been using my system this game.
Oh, okay.
I've been playing the game without using it and just literally guessing. Hammer? No.
No.
There you go. So you win.
Yeah.
There you go. So you were keeping track.
Sort of, but then the 3 peak leading up to a boast can obviously really help you.
Yeah.
And depending on if it's there and there, it obviously becomes really, you can't just give them the point.
No.
But if you're like that, then they just give you the point.
And if I'd have let you pick them all, you would have got them all, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because you just swap that one and that one.
There you go. Right. Did you look at 3 after Rick scored a point for boast? I did. Did I? No, I probably did.
You give me a point, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I probably
So then you could have peaked.
I should have done.
Which would have made you be able to boast.
Yeah, so Brett's
counter
saying,
my boast.
Oh, exactly right. So we didn't break the game. I just played badly. So you boast.
You say no, give me a point.
I say no.
Well,
I say I believe you. You have a point. I then peak at 3. You then can't boast again.
Yeah,
because if you do, I will choose option 3. Yeah, absolutely right. Clever.
Yes.
Really, really clever. So as I said earlier on, I appreciate the game design.
I mean,
It
is this
very
original,
clever.
or is this a remake of some other kind of really old school game from like 500 years ago?
Yeah, it looks like one of those, doesn't it?
Yeah,
but
it
I don't
does.
think it is. I think it
Okay.
is an original game.
Some kind of bluffing game from China from the year 200.
Yeah. There you go. We're all done. And you can reveal in any order. So you don't have to reveal them left to right. I can do them in any order. Yeah, we're done for now. So what time is it? It's 22.
22.
So this was not a sponsored video. This has been made possible through the support of my Patreon campaign. So thank you very much to all of my Patreon supporters for making this possible. There is a link in the bottom of the screen if you like the content that I create and you want to support me. We will be back in 20 minutes time. We're going to do the live unboxing. So in 20 minutes time, me and Rick are going to do a live unboxing of Bonfire, which arrived this morning, the first production copy. We're going to be unboxing that on the channel in 20 minutes time. And then we'll be back later on in the day. So at 4 o'clock, we're playing Super Skill Pinball, which again, we're going to learn the game from the rulebook, and you can watch that. And you can also play along at home. So we'll give you the details of that when you join in. That's at 4 o'clock. And then tonight we're playing Eclipse, the new edition of Eclipse. But that's it. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you, Rick.
No
and
worries.
we'll see you later on. Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.